What you looking at?
You.
All right.
I don't have much else to look at.
Yeah, you do. You have the whole room.
Which
No.
phone do you have?
You take up most of
14
it.
Pro Max. I don't have a 14 Pro Max.
Is that like the equivalent of someone who's like really short to have to say like the last little inch of how tall they are?
It's like, no, that's more of like a dick thing. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, like, he asked me what phone I have. I'm going to tell him the phone that I have.
You said it so fast, which was crazy to me.
I have a 14 Pro Max.
All right, let's get started.
Yes, I agree.
All right, welcome back to Dynamic Trio.
Which we are sticking to.
Yeah, episode 2, season 1.
Yes.
I'm Patrick.
No,
I'm Alex.
I'm Patrick.
We should switch roles.
This is the Krusty Krab.
We should switch names.
We should. I want to be like Shanae.
And I want to be these nuts. Do you want to be got him?
I want to be Pepe the Frog.
You do look like him.
Okay.
Maybe I am mean.
Anyways,
We have a banger of an episode for you today.
we have an episode. Anyways, it's okay. It's poorly done. Honestly, just skip. No, we got a good episode for today. But first, we're talking about. We've been going to the movies a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What movies have you guys seen?
I've seen The Marvels. The Marvels just came out.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
I really liked it a lot.
Trash.
You thought it was trash?
I haven't seen it.
Valid. I enjoyed it. Patrick, do you plan on seeing it?
I do plan on seeing it. I don't honestly plan on rushing to go see it. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little burnt on the Marvel stuff.
Nah, you just don't want to go because it's fucking led by women and you're a meninist.
I'm not, I'm not a
Ooh.
meninist.
Yeah. You're a meninist.
Nope, not in the slightest.
It sounds like it.
Nope.
How come you went so fast to go watch Loki season 2?
Because it was there for free on my streaming thing.
Was
Yeah.
it free?
One of the reasons why you don't want to see the Marvels was because you don't want to support Disney Plus, but you have Disney Plus. That's crazy.
We're not gonna get
Is this an interview? What the hell are you doing? This isn't.
It's an interrogation.
Dude, we're friends.
I'm using your logic against you so you can go watch the movie.
It wasn't my Disney Plus.
Investigation journalism at its finest.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm not paying jack shit for it.
I'm supporting the war.
What?
Apparently Disney supports the war or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you like the Marvels?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think I will see it. I'm honestly not really rushing, especially because you told me like the 2 after credit scenes.
Because you asked.
I did.
You
did.
asked heavily.
I did ask.
You
yeah.
were begging.
I never beg. But
Facts.
so yeah, you told me. Honestly, I didn't really like the first Captain Marvel.
I didn't either.
It was too pandering. I think it was like level, like the most bottom shelf feminism ever. And
Yeah.
but if you like it, hey, good for you, and it inspired you to be better. I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've read a lot of feminism stuff, so I felt very underwhelmed by it.
You know when it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
You know,
sense.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't like that Marvel shit.
Oh yeah, you really don't like superhero stuff unless
I-
it's like Batman-y.
Not even that.
you looked at DC animated stuff.
Not much. I really don't like superhero stuff. It's just
You know what,
so geeky to me.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just not my niche.
Yeah.
You should watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Not good.
If
Dude.
any one of us is gonna like it, it's you.
Probably, but I won't.
This fucking guy. I'm just.
I saw The Exorcist though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sucked
okay.
ass.
Yeah, Alex, you also saw The Exorcist.
I liked it.
I know, and I hate him for it.
Discuss.
We have a few points that we went over before the podcast, and it's funny. We realized he liked everything I hated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: bad story. How are you gonna make 2 girls possessed and only show one, mostly of one's life, basically?
Mhm.
And then it was just not good. The solution wasn't good. If you watch it and you pay for it, I feel bad for you. Anyways,
Dude.
it's
wow.
a bad movie.
I liked it.
It's terrible. It also wasn't scary. I think that was my biggest thing. It wasn't scary
Really?
at all.
Interesting.
What did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was scary.
were you creeped out by it?
Yeah.
Were you afraid to turn off the lights?
No, because like right after I left the theater, I'm good at like watching like scary stuff and then just kind of being like, it was just a movie like type of thing. Like it's not gonna like ruin like my nights. I won't be able to like not fall asleep, But I really did enjoy it. I liked it a lot. Not a lot, but I did like it. I did like that it was 2 exorcists, which was pretty cool because you kind of see like the point of view from like both sides, even though James says like
You
didn't
only
see
saw
it.
one point of view.
I don't think that's true. You did see like the other girl go through like a lot of like stuff too. Like you saw her like change like from the moment that like she was like in like the hospital and stuff like that. Like it was pretty rapid, but you did see like a change and stuff.
Not much.
I don't know. I do know that it was mostly driven. I don't remember her name, but it was mostly like from like one point of view. You did get like the occasional glimpse to like the other person's side of things and stuff. I thought the acting was really good.
Oh, acting was phenomenal.
The acting was so good.
I forgot the girl's name too now, but the lead, she was amazing. She convinced me she was possessed, dude. Her screams were like chilling. Her acting overall was just great.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the movie, she even comes off as like just a regular girl who's disinterested in her like school activities or whatever it is, and slowly becomes like this other person.
Yeah.
The actress was phenomenal,
The
but
actors were so good.
story was terrible.
And the fact that Leslie Odom Jr. was like the main guy too, dude, that was awesome.
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr from Hamilton, dude. I think he did really great.
Did you see anything else that recently?
I saw Priscilla yesterday.
What'd you think?
I liked it a lot. It was really, really good. It was really cool to like see the perspective of the whole thing from her eyes and stuff. Because last year Elvis came out, and we saw it. I think, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
You guys all saw it.
Yep.
And it was cool to like see the other side of it, because we did just see like the stardom and like just everything that like.
Yo, that actor was handsome.
The actor was handsome.
I don't know anything about him, but good looking guy.
I know he refuses to let go of the fucking accent.
It's real.
It's real now.
It's real now.
I know, and it's really kind of sad actually, because he really doesn't want to have to go back to being a shithead actor.
You think he was a bad actor before?
I think he's just like
he was in Hannah Montana. You take that back.
No, I just think that it clearly like if you suddenly adopt an accent,
Yeah.
and it's not even like, oh, he's just pretending to be like a little twangy. He's literally trying to keep the Elvis voice.
Yeah.
Because that was like he can't go back to just being himself.
It's kind of like when somebody in like high school peaks and they just want to like stay in that character.
He's wearing the Letterman jacket all the time.
Yeah.
His voice sounds really fucked though. It sounds like he started smoking or something because his voice sounds so like dead.
Maybe that helped.
It probably did. He
Yeah.
probably got recommended to do that, to be honest, to get there. I saw Radical recently. It's a Spanish movie about a teacher motivating, I think, the lowest test score school in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
And it was really inspiring. It was a great movie, phenomenal acting. Eugenio Derbez, amazing actor, always hilarious. But the movie was really good, and if you guys can see it, I know it's hard to find it because not every theater shows it because it's a fully in Spanish movie. And if you watch it, when I went to go watch it, it had subtitles on it, which I thought was really cool for a movie that just came out. I thought you needed some time for that, but great movie. It was very heartwarming. And there's a point at the beginning of the movie where you just think, if you didn't watch the trailer, you have no idea. Like, I didn't know what was going on. You just think it's a teacher that has no idea what's going on either, and then you just start realizing his real message and all these different things. And then the ending is so worth it when you read all the statistics of the real life, what really like the real life facts of the movie. And I'm just like, oh, that the whole movie made it more worth it. And those, seeing a test score, I never thought looking at a test score would make me feel like emotions. And just after seeing that whole movie, you see test scores and you're just like, that's amazing.
Damn.
And I think the whole thing about the movie really was just basically it's a teacher just teaching you to believe in yourself first. The material comes second. You have to actually believe in yourself first.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, there is a scene in the movie, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but he's trying to pull a kid out of bad habits like organized crime stuff that his sibling is involved in, and the way that kid has like the most character change throughout the movie, and I can't spoil exactly what happens, and even if I say this. I feel like it might spoil it, but it won't because you just gotta see it.
Okay.
It does reinforce the fact that there is no such thing as a happy ending for everyone.
Damn.
And it becomes a big factor in the movie towards the end, but Jesus Christ, like I cannot imagine how impactful that scene must have been to even film. If you guys can't go watch it, that's to me movie of the year. Movie of the year for me. I know it was a Sundance film too, so it looks great, phenomenal visually.
Yeah, and then like Rotten Tomatoes loved it. It's got like an audience score of like 99 and like a review score of like 95. And like the
Ooh.
critics never like agree with like the audiences when you check Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
they're always
usually, like
way harsher.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always like a 30% difference.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, Exorcist got like 22%
22% of what?
on Rotten Tomatoes.
What did?
The Exorcist.
Oh yeah, it was scored very low.
Yeah.
Very, very low.
My favorite part of The Exorcist was the ending. There was a really nice font at the end that said Exorcist Believer, and I was like, that's a really nice font.
You're like, damn, that shit was fucking hard.
Speaking of those scary topics, we're talking about Mexican folklore today.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
There's a lot of different things in Mexican folklore. It's a lot of little tales, and I think let's be honest, most of them, just like most folklore too, it's just meant to teach a lesson or meant to keep kids in check.
Yeah.
Let's be real, right? But I think these three are some of the most popular ones we hear about from Mexico.
Yeah.
There's plenty more depending on the area you're from, but I think these are the three we, as in us three,
Yeah.
hear about the most.
What's the fourth one?
What's the fourth one? I didn't see it.
Let's go down.
If it's in English, it probably isn't part of. Just kidding. I've heard of this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about duendes. We're gonna talk about witchcraft. We're gonna talk about like Llorona, and then the girl who danced with the devil.
Ooh, these are all fun topics.
These are all
I feel
fun.
like he was played by Austin Butler.
That's a handsome man.
He's a wolfish looking dude. I don't like him.
I like wolves.
What is wolf? What do you mean by wolfish looking dude?
Slightly predatory.
Oh,
Jesus.
I thought you meant like Wolf on Wall Street and like successful.
Like, or do you mean high on cocaine?
Successful. Cocaine isn't cheap.
Facts. Dude, no, I'm just
You
kidding.
got fucking molded. Anyways, let's start with duendes today.
Dude, these creep me out.
Can I talk?
My fucking.
Duendes. So duendes in Mexico folklore, at least, they're little gnomes basically, and they live inside the walls of your home. They just go around the entire house, just messing everything up. A lot of the stuff that goes off around duendes is that they take things from you that you're not expecting. Number one thing is, let's say I put something down on the table here. I put down my watch. The next day I can't find it. You always hear someone say, "Freaking duendes took it." Whether or not that's true, that's not the main thing they're known for. So apart from being around the house and just going in between the walls and such, they're known for cutting off toenails. Creepy, right?
Yeah.
It's very gross. Weird thing that gnomes have foot fetishes, but, to each their own. But they're also known to be bad at cutting nails, so that they often just take off the whole toe. It's pretty disgusting stuff. Duendes aren't that complicated, though. But I will say, growing up, I remember seeing a viral YouTube video of a guy in his basement, and you just see a duende walking around. They're just moving things around, and you just see a little Dobby looking guy just running across the freaking floor. And it's like, people really believe that duendes are a real thing, and I'm all for it. But they're the creepiest. Like the idea that there's things in your walls that are just coming out to cut your toes just freaks me out.
Yeah.
Here's the problem: I have no idea what this teaches people.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's
Minus to cover your toes at night.
Yeah, right. Just be like, yo, make sure you like when you go to bed, put the blanket over your feet, but also like whip your feet up, tuck the blanket underneath your feet, so that way the thing can't get it. But it's actually kind of interesting because it's like I was reading this one book and it was actually about Norse mythology, and this is I don't even want to talk about. I don't even know how I could talk about this without grossing out the reader. But basically, for whatever reason,
Reader
for the listener, whatever, and you guys, because it's a disgusting thing. But basically, like whenever like old Norse people would like cut their toenails, they would burn them because they were like they knew on like this sort of I guess instinctive or spiritual level that was still part of you, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And because
interesting.
they believed that if you just kind of toss it, those shavings would go somewhere else where it wasn't supposed to go. I don't want to say because it's disgusting, but
Say it.
you really you want to know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
We
so
can cut it out. That's not a problem.
The Norse, they believe in something called Ragnarok,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the end of everything.
Yeah.
And
Great movie, Thor.
And it's
I was thinking Yu-Gi-Oh,
it's Loki, the god of mischief. He
Yeah.
gets released from his prison.
the hot one.
He will then sail a ship that is made entirely out of the discarded toenails of all the world.
It's not that bad. What the
at all.
fuck?
Imagine a ship made out of toenails.
Dude, what the hell? Weak. That's fucking easy
That's
shit.
disgusting.
All I
That's
see is
not
Loki
scary.
with the Tesseract riding that thing.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
But anyway,
No.
because that's what they were like,
Disgusting, maybe.
because they were like, no, always burn your toenails, because if you don't, it'll go to and it'll help build Loki's ship that he will use to then end the world.
Well, that's good.
But they just knew, like, they just had like, this feeling of like that is a part of you, that is your essence, and if it's not attached to you, you should get rid of it.
You know what's funny about that actually? Because like I've watched Supernatural and stuff, and
Yeah.
they say like if you have like nails and stuff, that if you could still haunt a place if your nails are somewhere.
God, that's awful.
So I'm a nail biter, so
Yeah.
that's like something that I do occasionally. You know,
Yeah.
I never have full set of nails because I always bite them off. You know,
Yeah.
anxiety's a bitch, and so sometimes I'll be at like work or like I'll be at like somebody's house or whatever, and if I do bite my nails, I put them in my pocket because I'm like I don't want to die and haunt this place.
You gotta start burning your nails, man.
No, I'll keep it in my pocket and I just keep them there.
So your pockets
Fun
are
fact.
full of your nails right
Not
now?
full. There's like maybe one or two.
That's I really wish you did say this. Just fucking burn them, man.
Burn your nails?
It's that way you know you're not gonna haunt them.
Yeah, but that's what the fuck am I gonna do with? I'm gonna burn my nails. You want me to
ancients-
burn my nails?
You want to just carry matches around and
Yeah,
just be
like-
like
The ancients used to do it. Just carry a fucking match.
They
with
also
you.
used to fucking sacrifice humans. I'm not gonna start doing that either.
That's wildly contested.
oh my god, I hate this guy. He's the actually guy.
Fuck you. I try really hard not to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
no, I do think. Sorry.
No, you're good.
But it's like no, it's that I don't know what the lesson is, but that it's this creepy idea. It's just plain creepy of like there are these little people that like fucking with you,
Yeah.
and every once in a while they'll take a part of you.
Yeah, they're the creepiest thing to me.
They are very creepy.
Yeah.
They're disgusting. But there's a lot more viral videos. I'm sure most of them are fake. I hope. But there's a lot more viral videos on YouTube now of these duendes supposedly running around, just creating a muck. You know. But dude, I don't get the lesson here. Is it literally just to cover your feet?
I don't know either. But to go back to the viral video thing, there is one that I immediately think of that I have a hard time believing is faked because it's so old. Where it's this video of like there's these two kids. They're kicking a soccer ball between them. It's in Mexico.
Oh.
And you know how like lots of Mexican houses,
I hate this one.
dude, lots of Mexican houses have like a sort of opening in the middle of them.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Name one.
what's it
kidding,
called?
I'm kidding.
It's like a certain thing. I don't remember what it's called. It's not an atrium. It's whatever. It's like a big sort. It's a courtyard.
Okay.
A lot of
Okay.
Mexican architecture has courtyards, you know,
Uh-huh.
and so they're just kicking it around their courtyard, and like they're videotaping. It's like dark, and the soccer ball, like one kid kicks it past his friend, and it nudges something. The kid goes to pick up the soccer ball, and then he just like pulls away, and he just starts screaming, and they're running away, and you see like this tiny little like creature with that looks like it might have a hat or just like a huge head,
Yeah.
just running away,
Yeah.
and it just looks so bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that video is old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how I truly don't know how you could possibly fake it at that time.
Yeah.
And at that place.
His reaction too is just so genuine.
Yes, and it's completely silent. You just see it run away, and the camera person freaks the fuck out, and the video just ends.
Yeah.
That
You know?
reminded me of a video that I recently saw on TikTok that
Yeah.
made me laugh so hard. It shouldn't, but it was funny to me. So basically, it's the title says when your homie's getting eaten by a snake, and it's two kids playing in an outdoor soccer courtyard thing.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly if it's in Mexico or not, but it's in a Latin American country for sure, I think. And then they are kicking the ball around, and then you just hear someone just yelling in the back, "Help! Help! Help!" And they're just laughing, like, "Oh, what did this guy do now?" And then you just see a snake get his legs, like, just wrap around his legs, and he's just like, "Guys!"
He's motioning.
he's just like, "Guys, come on!" And they just like hustle, like, "Oh, he's real! this is happening." It made me laugh so hard because I was just like, only in Mexico do you just hear these stories, and then there's a viral video to go along with it.
yeah. Like nobody takes anything seriously, even a life-threatening situation.
Like over here, you might think, oh man, homie got hit by a car, homie tripped, homie, even a dog, right? Even a dog's at him, right? No, in Mexico, just a full-on python on his legs in the middle of a sidewalk.
Oh my god.
In my head, the whole time I was thinking, like, did you not see? This thing is huge.
Yeah, how to sneak up on you?
It didn't sneak up. That guy was probably like baiting it or something.
Yeah, he probably was trying to like feed it. Like it's cute.
It's cute. But yeah, duendes, there's not much to them. I mean, it depends who you ask, but most of the biggest thing is they're just mischievous. They take things from you, they'll hide it, and then I'll know where you'll find that thing.
Yeah.
Which I just think it's an excuse for us not finding things. And then, yeah, I guess cover your toes, guys. Cover your toes every night.
Is there any legends or whatever? Because you know, I also know that like the Irish also had like the little people, like the little folk, the small folk.
Every like culture has
Yeah.
their version of
The
this.
small folk, but like
Yeah.
they'll be like, you never like yeah, a similar situation. They're the little people. They'll come in, they'll fuck with you.
Yeah.
They'll take your stuff. They're mostly harmless, but when they do want to fuck with you, it's really bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta like leave them stuff.
Mhm.
Like one
Oh.
of them was like leave out milk or some shit. Like they love it or
Yeah, you're supposed to do that for. That's what I hear about here in the United States.
Yeah, like-
that's an actual myth too. That like if you have gnomes outside, you're supposed to leave offerings for it.
yeah, right, exactly. But I'm just kind of like, do
We did.
Hispanics do we have anything like to be like, yo, and to make sure that duendes in your house don't fuck with you, like leave out some carrots or some shit.
We do it. Yeah,
Your parents?
yeah.
That's fucking cool.
I don't know if it's cool.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's cool either. That scares the fuck out of me.
The ones in Europe are a little different though,
They
because I
are.
understood that if you give them a piece of clothing, they are free from their slavery.
That's Dobby.
Yeah.
You just talked about Dobby.
That's so funny.
I also know they have a really pointy nose. It's kind of gross. That's Dobby too.
That's Dobby, yeah.
I know in like it's either Greenland or Iceland or one of those places where they actually have like built little towns for these people.
Yes.
And they have like
Oh,
signs and
yeah.
stuff like on the sides of the road.
That wasn't the fairy thing.
Was it?
The fairy homes? No. Am
I
thinking
don't know.
of the wrong-
I've heard that like they have like these homes for like gnomes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
like apparently it's very common that like these people know that there's like it's a part of their like culture or whatever.
Yeah.
So they even have like signs like on the side of the road. Like we get signs where it's like a deer.
Yeah,
You
deer
know,
crossing.
they have that for gnomes.
Gnome crossing.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
That's made by the government.
Yeah.
The government's like, yeah, we got to protect our gnomes.
They're probably playing into it.
Yeah, but like the government?
That just shows that they don't have problems.
Yeah, if they're like doing this shit.
It's like,
Well,
yo,
where was it? Iceland?
One of those super white,
either
super cold
Iceland or
countries.
Greenland.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Yeah, but as for the Mexican duendes, I mean, just be careful with those toes. Make sure you know where you're leaving things. And when something goes missing, just knock on the wall, I guess.
yeah.
Wait, so you have them? Like you guys have like gnomes?
We have a gnome outside.
You never
We've
noticed
had
a
it
gnome?
for years.
Dude, it's been out there
Maybe
forever.
more than a decade now.
I think we're gonna have to start recording in the daytime. I don't want to go out there.
No,
man.
you said you can handle it. You said that you don't get scared. You said that you can separate that stuff.
movies.
That's a movie, basically. It's a fake.
No, it's a fucking. It's out there.
Thing. So
It's not a movie.
it's a statue.
That's worse. It's
So-
it's there.
So, dude, you could break that thing if you really wanted to.
You can break me.
I don't know about that.
I don't
It's got friends.
That is true. That is true. They do go in groups. They
Yeah.
They're
are
kind of
very-
like a gang.
No, they're more community. Dude, he's afraid to be their ops.
Yeah, they do. I have heard that they wear certain colors and they do walk around in groups. So
Yeah, dude, is yours outside just grabbing its dick? Because if it is, we're in trouble.
What the fuck?
what? All right, I think we got to move on. Who's talking about witches today?
That'll be me.
Ooh.
Okay, so yeah, no, Mexican witches is an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Kind of like a lot like just regular witch, not like regular witches, but like
What is a regular witch, huh?
That's a really good question, James. So like
you say
know,
regular witches, all I think is the hex girls.
We the Hex Girls.
dude. Okay. So I honestly I don't fuck with goth girls anymore. So
Stick to witches, man.
anyway,
Golly.
so yeah, you know,
Hey,
like
bro, we're not asking about your preference, dude. Just talk about the topic you were assigned.
so valid. So you know, like back before you could like discover the secrets of the universe in the book section of Urban Outfitters.
I'm gonna
You
kill
like,
myself.
you like had to know a guy
Uh-huh.
to be a witch,
Uh-huh.
and especially and if you're a Mexican,
Uh-huh.
you would have to that guy you need to know or lady would be a brujo or a bruja because we're talking about brujeria.
Oh.
That's what it's called over there. It's called brujeria,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's brujery.
Witchery.
yeah, and so it's like
Witchcraft.
and like specifically like brujeria is like it mirrors like the history of Mexico by like being this like really complex amalgamation of African, indigenous, and like European influences because you know like our Mexico has like a really crazy history, really interesting history, and
It's hype.
It's mid.
You know, because it's like
it's really really complicated though.
yeah, it really happens when there's just like all different kinds of people just kind of stomping around, leaving their stuff behind, you know?
Yeah.
And it's interesting. And the reason you have to know a guy is because like unlike most religions, you know, brujeria, it doesn't have like a set list of rules or hierarchies on how to do it, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so it like really varies from like region to region. And it also not only does it rely on like change like depending on where you are, like what counts as magic or what doesn't. Like, you know, from like Durango or Guerrero, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It also just depends like on you, like what you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you believe in it.
And yeah, especially like if you believe in it and how so, you know, it's like, are you talking to spirits or are you talking to the ancestors? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Are you talking to a god?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Or goth chicks, like according to you.
Yeah, big titty goth girls. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Those
now
didn't
we're
exist.
getting
Those didn't
descriptive.
exist till like what 2016. I don't know. I didn't hear that phrase until like 2016. I think.
Yeah, you know, and it's yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's
It's so
crazy?
funny.
This is also like completely off tangent, but like people need to acknowledge that the term no sabo kid
Uh-huh.
is completely brand new.
Uh-huh.
Because they talk about it as if it's always been around,
Uh-huh.
as if the internet didn't make it up like 2 years ago.
No, but they just have a name for it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we've all known those people. I'm technically a no sabo kid.
Yeah,
I know I
same,
am.
same.
But like
No, you don't know shit, kid.
I know how to backhand a bitch.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
look at Mr. Tokai.
Anyway, I got my rings on,
Oh shit!
and so you know, but like yeah, like I
It's
said,
gonna make an imprint.
it makes it
Mr.
varies. It, pimp print.
Pimp
Ah.
print. Hey.
So you know, it's like this really sort of like individual like system of beliefs that's like really empowering
Uh-huh.
because it's like, and I'm not into witchcraft at all like that.
Uh-huh.
But
Okay.
I am for like people embracing and like basically becoming their own main character,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
think that's actually really cool. And the history of it is fucking
Long.
long, you know, because it is about how like, you know, because Mexico used to have slaves and they also set up a culture, you know, and it's African stuff, and so it's all these different things. And then of course, you know, Spain came along with their European ass bullshit, and so like there's some like crossover with like British witchcraft that like came along with them, you know. So it's really really interesting, and like there's no way I can do any justice of it by just talking about it a little bit. But you know, there's good stuff where you're just like, you know, it's all about like healing,
Yeah.
and you know, like trying to like do things for yourself and your family and your community.
Yeah, especially I feel like it's been like modernized too. You know,
It really has.
Like the people that like crystals and stuff like that. You know, like that
Yeah.
has like people think that it's kind of like in like that same vein or whatever.
Kinda,
But,
yeah.
Like it depends who you ask too. You
Yeah.
know, like
It
some
really
people
does.
think like if you were to go to like a Christian like Hispanic lady. Or no, a Catholic Hispanic lady, she's gonna be full on like, no, that's brujeria, blah 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 blah.
That's
blah.
the devil.
Yeah.
That's
And your
the devil.
protein shake is drugs.
Yeah, like facts.
Yeah, no, like there are some people who just be like, no, you're talking to the devil
Yeah.
every single fucking time.
Yeah.
But then it's just kind of like,
You
yo,
always
this
give me these
crystal,
gains.
like this crystal is to help with my anxiety.
Yeah.
It's not helping.
I'm so fucking anxious.
I didn't want to come here today. A lot of there's like you said, there's not a lot of rules to it, which makes it a little bit terrifying too, because there's a lot of variations of it, and there's a lot of people who practice it differently. Like for example, voodoo is part of it in
Yeah.
Mexican culture. You know, there is a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but my mom says that supposedly her grandma, our great grandmother, one of them, I don't know which one it would be. She passed away with a heart attack, but supposedly back in the day when in that same house where they grew up and everything, there was like little garden outside where apparently there was like a little dug up part, and you could see that it was dug up. And when they dug it up, for some reason, I don't know why they dug it up, there was a doll in there, and I don't remember what they found with the doll and everything, but apparently it was like a voodoo doll. So they believed, for whatever reason, someone wanted to leave that kind of curse on her. So that stuff isn't far-fetched, especially when you're talking about like how many years ago now.
Yeah, right.
Well over like at least 20 years ago,
Yeah.
you know. Still in the 19s. Yo, jeez, yeah, like 1980s.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where if you really believe in it, yeah, it probably freaks you out even more. So, I mean, like, who knows? That stuff is creepy.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's practiced so differently around everyone. Because what's all the viral YouTube videos? It's a witch in a black robe lighting candles at a cemetery.
Yeah, or it's just some random person lighting candles in their room.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just trying to build a vibe.
Yeah.
On a Hasbro Ouija board.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I know, like, you're Alex, that you're terrified of Ouija boards.
Yeah.
I can't get over the blatant Hasbro logo on the
Yeah,
thing.
it's crazy to think that like there's a factory somewhere that's like Hasbro's that's making fucking God, they're making like say
Sorry.
Monopoly,
Oh.
Sorry, yeah, or whatever.
Transformers.
Yeah, and right next to it just happens to be a stack of like Ouija boards.
Yeah, just pumping them out over
Yeah.
and over and over. And if you're the wrong person,
Yeah.
you all you hear is like the classical music when like Darth Vader is coming as they're all like going down the fucking line, you know. And I'm just kind of, or you just see fucking money being printed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's crazy.
I don't think they're that popular anymore.
The Ouija boards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see them at Target no more.
Yeah. Unless they're just flying off the shelves. Ooh.
That's a good question. And you know what though? No, I think when it comes to like magic, just general magic or the supernatural, I think it's like candles and crystals. That's what's in.
Yeah.
And not really so much ghosts.
Yeah.
Like you said, James, ghosts are a scam.
Ghosts are out.
Ghosts are done.
Nice reference to season 0.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dude, witches, man. Fuck him, dude. Fuck him. Dude, a fucking witch, dude? On a broom? Fucking sweep my backyard, please.
For
You know?
context, I said we're getting too serious again. We should be funny because that's what you wanted this podcast to be.
And
you
that was my
wanted
attempt.
your attempt sucks.
I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you, so I just
That is
stay
true.
silent when you talk.
Yeah, that's true. You do freak the fuck out when we like agree with you.
So yeah,
I feel like anybody does when you interrupt them.
not the way you do.
Dude, not
No.
especially
Not
when
the way you do.
I'm fed up.
especially when
I'm
I'm
fed
just
up.
like, especially when I'm just like, yeah.
Oh.
That's all I said was like, yeah, no, and to go off of what you just said, and then you just like, don't fucking.
No, because the difference is you don't just say yeah. You want to explain your yeah.
Sorry, I want to engage in conversation with you.
And I'm sorry that I'm talking.
And we're letting you speak now.
I hate you. Anyways, witches suck.
Which is
Witches are the most terrifying thing to me though, because you don't know how whether you believe in witchcraft or not, they do.
yeah.
And whatever they're willing to do is probably something that you're scared of, you know? Whether it's like mess around with Ouija boards, which again, Hasbro. Or, you know, like do some weird potion stuff, grab your hair, put it in like with blood or something.
Oh wow.
You know, things like that will freak you out no matter what. So it's like,
Because it is violating.
it's gross too.
Yeah. But like, I also can imagine people just be like, yeah, you know, like witches, man, they worship the devil. They're gonna come after you, they're gonna kidnap you and sacrifice you.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, the scariest part of that is not the devil.
What do you mean?
The scariest part is being stabbed.
Yeah.
That's the real fear.
Yeah.
That is the real fear. You just fear violence like anybody else.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Yeah, but witches, I think it's so funny to see all those viral videos because it's always the same black cloak. It's always almost
Yeah.
the same cemetery. It's always almost just the witch running away.
And it's almost always staged.
Yeah. I also wonder why isn't there a viral video, even if it is staged, of witch TikTok, whatever you call it.
It's witch talk.
Sure. And then they come at the camera. You know?
Ah.
If you're that confident about being a witch, stand up for yourself.
run
just
to the
saying.
camera.
Yeah. If you're going to be going out there to the cemetery at night and lighting candles,
Yeah.
stand up for yourself.
Facts.
Like I don't get scared. It's just a lot of pageantry. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's true. I also went to Comic-Con once.
And now we're cursed.
Oh no, dude! Imagine we get cursed because we talk about witches,
Dude,
That'd be
could you
awesome.
imagine that having any power? Because I can't.
dude. Don't even fucking
Bro,
tempt them, man.
Curse him.
I respect anybody and what they do.
Okay,
unless
so
you're hurting people.
So I am dating a woman,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh,
like a
okay.
lot of women nowadays, she's
I
sort
thought you were
of.
about to say a lot of women. I was like, yo, whoa.
I also
Whoa.
find it weird they had to like.
Did you hear about
really-
this when the baby witches hex the moon?
Baby witches?
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, you guys are out of the loop. So
The
in,
baby, like the rapper baby?
no, he's just trying to fight allegations, probably.
Foul. But probably.
Probably, but no. So they're in the witch talk community. There's like witches who have, they were like basically they were in it before it was cool, before
Yeah.
it became the Urban Dictionary, Urban Outfitters thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then there's baby witches who are like basically just teenagers who practice witchcraft. And so I don't know I don't remember. I don't think they had a reason for it, but basically, the baby witches wanted to hex the moon.
Yeah.
And it started this literal like witch talk civil war for a minute, where all of the elder witches, that was they're called.
Okay.
going
That sounds
af-
sick.
Elder witches.
Yeah,
That
baby
sounds
one,
sick.
whatever, is stupid.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah, of
I mean, it's not stupid. I'm
Of
sorry,
course
guys.
yeah, of course the Marvel nerd thinks it's sick.
Dude.
they wanted to hex the moon,
Uh-huh.
and so there was like this little like TikTok civil war where they were like, no. Don't hex the moon, because if you hex the moon, you'll piss off Artemis, the Greek goddess of the moon. And like the moon is important. The moon does all this shit.
Yeah.
How dare you try to do it? Don't you
It's
understand?
gonna fuck with our ocean.
Exactly.
It's gonna fuck with our bodies because we're 98% water. That's not even true at all. And
70%.
If it fucks with the ocean and that's water, imagine what's gonna do to us and our water.
And I don't think.
I'm standing with you guys.
And I just thought the whole thing was really funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, baby witches tried to hex the
That
moon.
got so nerdy so fast because Artemis is gonna like,
Exactly. That's exactly how they sounded to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they sound so cool.
shut up, dude.
Don't witch talk, my dude. I should actually look up this situation and see how it panned out.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, next week we're giving you an update on that Civil War.
Like, yeah, 3 years later.
Dude.
Oh, that was funny. But yeah, witches, huh?
Yeah. I also have a story kind of thing.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So my thing is, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but like this is kind of like a story that like parents would tell like their daughters and stuff like before they would go to like a club or like if they were to like go out with like their friends or whatever.
Yeah, I know. I get how it went. Just be like, Mija, I know you're about to go out and do the exact same thing we did when we were your age and how we got you. So here's why you shouldn't do exactly.
Which makes sense because they don't want them to have a kid.
no, you forgot about me. I know you're 34.
But these men, they're dirty.
They're
Oh, I was gonna
dogs.
say, but you're too young to make decisions on your own.
So what I'm talking about is the girl who danced with the devil.
You mean the girl with the dragon tattoo?
Yeah, that one. So there's this story that plays into the warning of like stranger danger, which is basically like, you know, don't talk to strangers and all that stuff. But this originated from Texas in El Camaroncito nightclub.
That's so weird. It sounds like we were talking about Mexican folklore and he just went to Texas. That's so fun.
Texas and Mexico are the same place at one point.
At one point,
Thank you. I like how odd he has to clarify everything. He didn't want to be against the witches.
Yeah.
He showed that he stands with the elder witch.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
And now he's like they're all the same, but at one point. This man.
We're all on good playing fields, you know? Everybody's a person. They deserve respect. But
You should hear him off camera.
camera.
Oh fuck.
I wish so they could see me jerk it. All right. Anyways,
don't acknowledge him, James.
So-
understand what he did wrong.
how this story goes is that there was this man that was at like a club, right?
El Camaroncito.
Yes. And this girl, she was going and she saw this man, and this man is exceptionally handsome. He's very elegantly dressed and he's an amazing dancer. So obviously, you know, that's good qualities, you know? So she was just like, you know what? I'm going to approach this guy and we're going to dance. Or I think actually the story is that like he approaches her and then she's like, oh my God, this man, he's talking to me. He's so good looking. He dresses amazing. So they dance. And then during the dance, she just happens to like look at his feet and she realizes that he has goat hooves. And she freaks out because obviously, you know, like you don't expect that from like somebody. So she looks down, she starts to like point and starts freaking out, saying like, what are those? Not what are those? What are those?
Nice. And he killed her right there.
And then he fucking dabbed on her.
And then Zaganda said, was like, damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white vans.
Good God. But she takes notice. She takes notice and she freaks out. And then a bunch of people realize, like, what the fuck? Like, this dude's got hooves, you know? And then they all start to, like, chase him. Like, dude, who are you, you know? And he runs to the bathroom. And when they, like, finally catch up to him, they just see that, like, he just, like, turns into a cloud of smoke. And what's left behind is a permeated smell of sulfur. And that's basically
And
the
a burn
story.
mark right on the floor.
Yeah. And that's basically the story. Yeah.
I've heard that story in several variations. I've heard one where it was the other way around, where it was a man and a woman approached him.
Uh-huh.
And then she became like this scary ass figure.
Ooh.
But it was the same idea in a ballroom, things like that. But like, I don't like this story. I don't like the way they made the girl the problem. He was the problem.
Yeah. Because it's just kind of like
Also, for stranger danger purposes,
yeah.
what are the chances that you're gonna find the devil himself?
Yeah.
You know, if anything, that should be a story about buying lottery tickets.
Buy lottery.
She should have after that. What were your chances? Low. Now your chances are high on that lottery.
Yeah, dude, this window was short.
She didn't react.
But yeah, like it's just kind of like a story that like parents would tell like their daughter that would like scare them so that they don't go to the clubs.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't want to run into them. And I've actually had friends that have been told this, and it's like it prevented them from like wanting to go out.
Shut the fuck
Like it
up.
scared them.
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Serious?
Yeah.
Wait, who? Obviously, we're not saying names, but like their parents looked at them with a straight face and just being like, "Me, huh?"
Yeah.
You're
He's out
34.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like the devil's gonna
With a
approach you.
straight face.
Like not that they have had this experience told to them, but they have read this story.
Okay.
And then after that, they were kind of like scared to go out. You know what I mean? Because it's
Okay.
kind of like a creepiness to it.
Yeah.
I hate the story though, because it's like every time you hear it, it changes.
Yeah. And it's because like going out as like a woman or whatever is scary enough.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're adding like this aspect of like a devil. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it just kind of makes it even worse.
It really does.
He just sounds misunderstood to me. I can fix him.
I find that story interesting, just like in like the bit parts, you know, because it's that the part that I like is that like because I've heard a lot of various different folklore tales, and a lot of them are just like there's a person out kind of doing average stuff, and they have an interaction with somebody who seems normal, and then there's always, and then the story is they weren't a normal person, they were a spirit, a creature,
Yeah.
a little goblin thing or whatever, and there's just always something where they're like the disguise that they put on is never perfect.
Yeah.
One thing always manages to get through.
Yeah.
As if it's like even the best liar can't completely lie.
Yeah.
Their true essence always peeks out.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of sick.
Bro, give him a chance. He came back from hell. He got here, okay? Give him a chance.
How is he supposed to find shoes?
You know,
yeah,
because-
dude. Like, exactly. What's he gonna do? Fit his hoof inside a size 10?
They did in Percy Jackson.
Yeah, but like,
You
they
know
didn't.
what I mean?
Did they have Jordans in Percy Jackson?
Yeah.
Exactly. So he had options. Not in 1890 Mexico.
Let's be
Texas.
There was no Jordans.
Jordans.
El Camaroncito, you think that was the 1890s?
You know, that's not. It wouldn't be wrong.
Great Gatsby was there.
Yeah.
Dude, selling
It
beer?
was Gatsby.
Beer?
It was
Yeah.
Gatsby.
He was a bootlegger. Anyway,
What did you just say?
A what?
a bootlegger.
Can't say that in
You can't say
2026.
that anymore.
2026? What year is it?
Yo, bro. Yo, bro, you're ruining my joke.
But yeah, no, it does that thing. Whereas that it's like the thing could not completely lie, and but also it completely like it so depowers him
Yeah.
because that he ran away
Yeah.
from a group of drunks.
Yeah.
He couldn't just
Kill him.
kill him.
Yeah.
He couldn't
Send him to
summon an
hell.
army of hell.
That's why it's such a terrible story to like tell like your daughter, because then it's kind of like, dude, makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes
Right.
no sense.
Like who nerfed him?
You nerfed him.
Bro, just literally just open the news and be like, hey, this could happen. Don't tell her like, hey, the devil.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a great story though.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I actually like the story. I just don't think it's a good story for lessons. But I actually really enjoy the story. I don't know why. I think it's like it'd be a really cool short film. Like if you wanted to, like those types of. I've been wanting to get into videography, and I recently made a very expensive purchase. I bought a bunch of ND filters, Rode mics, and handles for camera, and now I'm in debt.
Damn.
Let's do our first episode about adulthood and,
Oh, yeah.
and credit cards.
Yeah.
Completely joking. I saved up some money.
Okay. Nice.
But I was thinking about, I was like, hey, man, I got to get my videography stuff ready for something. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I got to practice. That's a great little short story, though, because you could do it in a minute worth of film. And you could probably find like 10 different locations just for that. And honestly, you could probably make it super cinematic. In my head, I'm thinking like how easy it would probably be to make that cinematic as hell. All you find is a group of people and tell them they're not going to get paid.
Yeah.
You get a guy, you find horse hooves, you put them on them, Then you get a really bad audio track of a. I don't know
like
how.
a knockoff Peso Pluma song.
I was gonna say horse. I don't know how horses make noise.
Because they're in a nightclub. Remember,
Oh yeah.
the hardest part, most expensive part is gonna be the nightclub.
Well, then I don't know. I'll just find a bunch of LED lights and go to my bathroom.
I was thinking like you could just film it at your local quinceañera.
That
That is so true.
damn. I gotta wait for a quinceañera then.
What do you mean?
There's one like every week.
Oh, yeah?
There's one every
Dude, we
week
haven't
during
been
the summer.
invited to anyone's in years because one, all our friends are obviously our age.
Yeah.
Two, none of our cousins are all our cousins are almost our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then three, none of their kids have nearly enough age to be. Wow, that was a weird way to say they're not old enough. They're not, none of our cousins are old enough. They have like good 25 years to live.
Yeah.
And there's
No, they-
only one I can think of, the one cousin, and I don't think she's gonna have one.
Why?
She doesn't talk.
Oh yeah.
She's also not gonna invite me.
No, but if you go to the spots that they always have them at, I guarantee you there's one right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know
But
what? You're
would they
not
let us
wrong.
Film though? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I did really think they want to be background actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's one of those things where you don't even need that much stuff. You could probably just do it. You could mess around with that story a lot.
Yeah.
You could mess around with that story so much and practice with it.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a fun story. Is it good? Would you teach anyone anything from it? No, but
No, but hey, like he said, it scares some people to keep them from going out.
yeah, that's hilarious though. That's hilarious. And then the next time they hear the story, it's like, but I thought the devil was like, I don't know.
Honestly, though,
I thought
depending on the girl, it might make her want to go out.
It's like I thought he'd be taller.
Just be like, you mean I can get some demon dick?
Oh, brother, come on,
What?
man.
They're out there. It's disgusting, but they're out there.
You know what?
but,
Yeah. And I
imagine-
support you.
He is the nice one out of us.
Nah, dude, you know why he said that. His nickname on the streets is Demon. Imagine if she was asking, it's like it was a dad telling his daughter, and then she's just like, but is he like 6'2" or like 6'4"? I don't think girls are that shallow. I don't think girls really care about height that much when you're our age.
Yeah. You know what? I can.
I'm 24. Why'd I say it like that? Jesus
yeah, I know.
Christ.
No, I get what you mean. No,
Oh,
I think if you're like a teenager, yeah, because you're just superficial. You know
Really?
what I mean? But I think once you get older and you're just kind of, you know what you like, that stuff matters less.
I feel like the people that I've talked to have
I
all
just don't
said
matter.
that they like taller.
That is the thing. They would like taller, but they don't need taller.
It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's really
Ah,
not.
yeah.
They'd be
It's not
you know
like,
what?
yeah.
Like he treats me well. He's really funny. He's fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he's only 2 inches taller than me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's only
Yeah.
4.
Besides, what do you even
4'5".
care about? You're 6'1".
Oh, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
no,
bitch.
but I'm speaking for the short kings.
Fuck you. I'm not a short king.
Oh my
I'm
god,
not
he's pandering to everyone.
Dude, you're
Also, whoa,
I wasn't calling
whoa,
you
whoa,
out.
whoa.
Oh.
What happened there?
Sorry.
I'm speaking for the short kings.
Yeah. You know what's so
Why'd you use a
bogus?
little cutesy voice for them?
Did I?
I don't know. You didn't pronounce your R, that's for sure.
So you know what's,
Kings.
Short kings.
you know what's so fucking bogus? Because I like to do calisthenics for like my workouts.
Yeah.
And I saw a meme that was like checklist for being a calisthenics guy. Top 1, your height has to start with 5.
Oh.
I was like, shut the fuck up. That is not cool, man.
Did you feel hurt?
I did feel so hurt.
I'm 6'1"
No, you're not.
with my heels.
With my heels.
Oh, sorry, with my Doc Martens, I'm definitely a 6 foot.
With my tippy toes.
With my tippy toes. Dom Dimmadome. Yeah, the last one is, and probably the most famous one is La Llorona.
Yeah.
La Llorona is a lady. You guys got a problem? What the fuck you're laughing at?
You're the most Mexican out of us, man. Why are you doing it? You know how to say it, right?
I know how to say what I want.
All right.
La Llorona
Oh
is a lady.
Uh-huh.
And let me sell this to you guys.
Okay.
Ask me to sell.
You're gonna sell me a lady? That's fucked.
No,
Dude, that's so bad.
I want the story. Let me tell you the story. Damn it, the whole
Of how
bit's
you
gone.
sold a lady? I don't want to hear that either.
I hate you guys.
For the record, James, what's your stance on human trafficking?
Oh, we should cut this out. Actually,
My legs are spread open for that. That's my stance.
What does that even mean?
okay. So James,
And my arms are crossed. Anyways,
tell us about La Llorona.
hey, bro, we're Hispanic. Can you at least pronounce it properly?
Oh my god.
It's all gonna be cut out. I can see what I want now. So yeah, La Llorona is a lady, a fine lady,
Yeah.
Some have said very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I have not said that. Based on what I've read, nah. Basically, the story goes that she was a lady who was involved with a man. The man was secretly married, I believe, but he also did not want kids. Like Llorona already had 2 kids. What are you laughing at? Dude, you're really ruining my story. And I'm trying to be like culturally aware or whatever.
Oh, you mean the story that no one's ever heard of?
Not this version.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, fine.
Yeah. Like Llorona. You gotta stop laughing, sir. I see you biting your lip.
Every
Either
Hispanic-
kiss me or laugh. So basically, she had 2 kids already.
Who?
La Llorona. I hate you.
Just say it right and he'll stop.
No,
Nah, that's just jokes.
no, it's me.
That's jokes.
It's me who I am. You got a problem with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll deal with it at HR.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I am HR.
Oh, damn it.
You're suspended. But basically, she already had 2 kids. The 2 kids she had, couldn't do anything with them because the man didn't want them. So what did she do?
Mm-hmm.
She drowned them. She drowned the 2 kids. Now, the legend does say that she drowned both children and then she went to him and he was already married and had a woman and he basically shooed her away. Or the other tale is that he would just lost interest in her and he moved on. La Llorona ended up just regretting her decision. She ended up crying and then I believe the most common ending to the story is that she drowned herself in the same lake that she drowned her own kids.
Yeah.
And then after that, she was doomed to walk the rest of eternal life just looking for her kids.
Mental illness is bad.
What the fuck?
She drowned her kids and was trying to find them afterwards. Like, where y'all at? Like, you didn't fucking do that to them?
So there's a few other important facts about this. And last podcast on the left did a really good insight on this one.
Amazing.
And one of those is that it has roots more in Aztec history.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to go into that because I didn't look into it. So I'm being real with you guys, okay?
Being so honest.
I'm being so honest with you guys. Yeah, we didn't look into it.
But
We did hear about it.
yeah, check out that series that last podcast on the left did on La Llorona. It's really fascinating.
It's really good.
She's
But it
a-
gives you a different perspective on it, too.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this character has been around for centuries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her actual, what they would believe her the Aztec name was La Mencha. Dude, bro, you gotta help me out,
I
man.
can't remember. But basically that it's that pretty much she is kind of a symbol for the
Peace.
Spanish colonialism.
Mm.
For the Spanish coming in and destroying everything, is that she was born from that very violent, awful part of Mexican history. Like that's where she emerged from. There was one story that sticks out to me that they talked about, which was that, you know, because there's like legends or whatever, because, you know, they had priests and stuff who would try and read the future. And so there were like these omens that were happening. And one omen was that, like, in one of these cities, I can't remember exactly which one, there was a woman and she was walking down the city at night and she was screaming and crying. And she was saying, "My children, we are lost. We are so lost." And basically kind of inferring that, like, she became like this spirit, was just kind of born from something that's about to happen. And that because it was like, oh, these new people are going to come. They're going to change everything. They're going to erase us. And the children that she is talking about is the Aztec people. They are the lost children who will then be wiped away from history.
Damn.
You know, especially because like that story of, like, you know, she was a woman who got involved with a man. That happened all the time, where these Spaniards would come, find the women of, you know, Central America and Mexico and stuff.
La Malinche.
La
I'm so
Malinche,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. That was bothering me so long. I had to get it. I was like, La Mancha. That's a spot.
So
That's a stain. And I don't think they're that mean to her.
So, you know, like these
La Malinche.
like these Spaniards would come along and like they would be infatuated by like the exoticness, I'm saying with air quotes, of the women. They would have these little side pieces, the thrill of getting down with somebody while their good old European wife is back home in Spain.
How
And
much
they
are you
would-
gonna find out?
You know, be like, oh my God, I'm gonna bring you back to
Facts.
Spain. I'm gonna make you a lady. You're gonna have everything you could ever want. They have kids, and by that point, he would just be bored of them, or like the thrill was gone, or that it would just be like, no, of course I was never going to do that with you. Like that kept happening. So that's also part of where La Llorona came from.
When she was a side piece, she should have known her place.
The side hoe always needs to know her piece, her spot. Yeah. Never compete with the main.
That's Patrick's take on this.
I like how you just like, yep, that's him.
You don't get the land.
Oh,
you don't get the
God.
car.
Oh,
you don't
God.
get the house.
Oh my god, dude, doubling down. That's a real man. I like a man who can, put his foot down on like my neck.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
God damn.
And that's Patrick's stance, and that's why he didn't watch the Marvels.
But has been in a relationship for 10 years.
Yep.
So yeah, no, La Llorona. And literally everywhere you go, every Mexican person, they have a story.
Yeah, everyone's seen her. Everyone's had an interaction.
But here's the thing: the lesson from La Llorona.
Yeah.
So the story of the Spaniards and the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Very interesting and very plausible, with it being true. Obviously.
Yeah.
There is a lot of I don't know how true it is, right? That the La Llorona myth originates from that completely. It might have, and it might have not. But I also think it's a little deeper of a story for it to just translate to La Llorona. I don't know why. To me, it doesn't. They don't translate completely.
Okay.
But anyways, the main lessons from La Llorona are pretty much three major things. One, it was to keep men who would be out at night to basically don't overdo it, don't overdrink, and come home safe.
Yeah.
Don't stay out too late. The other one was for people, not just adults, but also kids. Not just kids, also adults, to not play so close to the lake.
Yeah.
Or, obviously any areas like that. Or don't stay out at night too long.
Yeah.
Right? And the last one was, and we've never really talked about this one, but I think you guys could understand this one. Basically, there's also a perspective that La Llorona is being punished for not upholding her responsibilities as a mother.
Yeah.
So there's two versions of that. Of course, there's one that's a little bit more sexist, where it's like she didn't do her job as a woman, quote unquote. But the other version, which I like the wording better, is that she didn't uphold her responsibility as a mother first before thinking of a husband. So those are the three main lessons we get from those. But like you guys said, there's so many stories about this. I mean, how many stories have you guys heard?
Dude, so many. I've heard so many. Like, I feel like like sometimes with like the family, they'll have like a bonfire, and then like they always will like it kind of gets to that point where they'll just be, have a couple beers and buy a couple 12 packs,
Yeah.
And then somehow the topic of this just comes up, and then it's just like, yeah, I saw her once.
Yeah.
Hey man, like she's real,
Yeah,
that type of shit.
Yeah. And it's just like she was kind of bad.
Oh, no, sir.
I
No
got
one.
closer, and then I look over, no face.
Oh man. And then I was like, wow, I really only look at ass.
All right, Patrick, you ready to play that scenario?
Oh god.
You be the man. I'll be the Llorona.
You'll be La Llorona.
Llorona.
It's like, hi La Llorona, how you doing?
You haven't seen me. You're drinking.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm super drunk.
All right. Wait.
I'm so drunk.
Okay, dude, calm down, dude. You're almost like
going
begging to
into
be
character.
taunted. Jesus Christ. All right. I need something from the crowd. I need a scenario. I need a place. Give me a place.
Okay. Chuck E. Cheese.
A different place.
Okay, Outback Steakhouse.
Please tell me, how hungry are you? Name a place where he could get drunk.
Okay, Lake Erie.
What?
On a boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm on a yacht.
Yeah.
I'm-
Okay, yacht.
Like
Shit,
you're-
damn, fuck.
Like Llorona don't go on yachts?
Also, Lake Erie, a yacht? I don't know about that.
Yeah. All right. I think I heard Old Town Bar. Old Town Bar in a Western movie. Nice.
Okay.
And on your way home, there's a lake.
Okay. All right. I'm super
All right.
drunk.
Give me a time of day.
Oh, night.
You
Go
just said late at night.
I know. I know. I want to keep testing how sharp he is.
Okay.
Okay, can I start the scene now?
No. What's his
Still
name?
painting it.
God, we're painting. Do you not see our
What's
brushes?
my name?
Not you, him.
Huh?
What's his name?
John.
Okay, John.
Okay.
All right. Are we missing anything? No. We got place. We got location. We got time.
Oh, I think
got,
we're missing a fuck for me to give.
Oh, damn, dude.
I need a new partner.
All right.
All right.
John.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can tell us what you're doing.
Okay, all right. I'm walking home.
Why were you walking home?
Did I murder a girl and you're the cops?
I want you to paint a picture.
Why do you go straight to murdering a girl?
Also, yeah, why-
interrogated.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Interrogating.
You might be problematic.
Okay, all right.
Tell us what you were doing before you started walking home, and then tell us you're walking
I
home.
was
How
at
about
the Old Town Bar.
Sure.
Nice.
Drinking.
Huh?
I had 7 Moscow mules.
Who was there?
that? Why were you drinking? Don't you have a good family at home?
What is this scenario? Oh god,
Bro, I need to come in the story at some point. Hurry up and tell me why you're getting away from your good family.
Okay, because you know what? Things aren't that good. My wife keeps spending money and
Nope.
we're credit card debt.
Nope, I heard
I'm
you're
really
the problem. I heard
stressed
you're
out.
the problem.
All right. Can we?
Hey, bro, I haven't even gotten to like the reason I wanted to do this bit, and
I
now
don't-
you're like ruining it.
I really hope Llorona kills me now.
Don't say that on the pod.
Oh my god.
I like how you think she's listening.
Okay.
She's there at the lake. She has to be doing something, you know? It's
for her
boring.
kids.
For fucking hours?
You think that she's like waiting?
That's her whole thing, my guy. That's her whole
That's
thing.
her punishment to walk around without a podcast. All right, so you're walking home.
I'm walking home. I was at the bar. I had 7 Moscow mules because my wife keeps spending all our money.
Okay.
And you know what? The spark isn't there anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Christ.
continue.
All right.
I
I'm
get
walking
it.
home. I'm super drunk. So you know what's a really good thing to do when you're super drunk?
Get
Go
horny?
buy a...
No?
All right, you're walking by the river.
I walk by the river because, you know, what if I trip and drown? Who gives a shit? Anyway, I'm walking by the river. Oh, I'm not alone here. I face away to have some decency so this poor woman doesn't see me flashing her without her consent.
Okay.
Hey, chica boy, what's up? Hey, play along, dude. I didn't make up this character for nothing.
All right, I'm gonna try to ignore the meth head. I'm still
wow,
peeing.
judgmental.
Okay,
Hey, chica boy. Yeah, I'm talking to you, piss boy. What's up? You can put that away.
I zip up. I'm done.
You're still peeing, sir.
I consider washing my hands in the river.
Who are you
but
talking to?
I'm thinking out loud.
Hey, bro, I can hear you. Just wash them already.
I turn to walk away, ignoring the voice.
Never been catcalled by a woman or what?
I'm running. I'm running away now. I'm hoping
You
he
can
doesn't follow
run.
me.
You can run. It's not gonna
He's
work.
getting quieter and quieter.
I'm not.
I'm thinking, you know what? It's time I just leave and I move and I accept the new job position in the other town so I can get away from the meth heads that's been coming in.
I don't
But,
think
like, what's
you
your
get that
horoscope?
He's the La Llorona.
I am getting that he's like,
you keep saying he.
Yeah, I don't really appreciate you doing that. I was clearly a very beautiful crying lady. Well, thanks for ruining my bit. Anyway,
I saw the vision, but yeah.
I saw the vision too, but like you ran. Could have been something there, man. We could have had a spark. Overall, though, the most important thing is that apparently, like, Llorona is in every lake at all times.
every town.
Every town has it,
Yeah.
no matter what. You know what I will say? Our grandparents are true believers. They
Yeah.
will not talk about her. They will not say what their full stories are. They are terrified.
Yeah.
They are legitimately, there's actual fear in it.
Yeah.
And I can understand the one time I went to Mexico this year, you hear a lot of weird noises at night and you feel uneasy. And there was a point where we started hearing some screaming and I was like, nah, dude, it's just organized crime. What? No, it was a dog.
Oh, I was gonna be like, yo, I think you heard some shit.
No, there was a lot of howling coming, but then there's also a lot of dogs out there. But I also I don't know, man. Every story is more sound than seeing. I've never heard anybody who actually legitimately fears her.
Or like laid eyes on her.
Yeah. They've heard like screaming behind them or something. I will say there's some really convincing YouTube videos though.
I bet.
Our uncle has seen her apparently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We
What do you
have
mean?
like 7.
Are you sure? He
Yeah.
said that?
Yeah.
We should ask him.
We should ask him on Thanksgiving
Yeah.
Honestly, why not?
because I don't like talking to him.
Dude, I think that this is gonna be our Thanksgiving special.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's fun.
fuck. Well, look what you did, piss boy.
Fizz boy.
I'm really glad I ran away from
No
that.
one asked you to pee. You added that to your character. We just wanted you to paint a story of you walking back. All I was gonna do was just come in there and like lay the moves, but no.
That's why I
and drown
said
you.
the thing about the horny thing. Because
It bothers me that you don't think that most of these La Llorona stories aren't with a guy pissing by the lake.
That makes sense though.
Exactly. You're drunk. You need
Oh,
to
you're
pee.
right. Oh, wait, go back to pee.
Yeah,
Go back to pee. I
yeah.
got it. I get what you mean. You are completely. You're drunk and you need a place to pee. That's usually why in the. Okay, go back to
Yeah,
pee.
that's why
go
you
back
go
to
to the river at late
Okay,
at night
pretend
when
you're peeing
drunk.
again. Pretend you're peeing. Damn, long stream, boy.
7 Moscow mules.
And then I drown you in your own pee.
Oh.
That's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, pss, pss. As you're drowning,
Yeah.
my kids are in here, man. Get out of here.
God.
And then I let you live so that you can tell people about me.
Keep the story going.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it a long time ago about making a TikToks, short films about all these like legends
Oh yeah.
in comedy.
Yeah.
We should go back to that idea.
Yeah. Well, you just bought a bunch of equipment.
Yeah.
And if you want to, like, you know,
We
explore
just
that
need
muscle.
actors.
I can act.
Yeah, I need good actors.
I can act good.
Yeah, definitely not Patrick. Patrick just starts like adding all these weird things. Like, who asked you to drink 7 Moscow mules? You drunk?
I feel like you could follow a script though.
I feel like I could.
I don't know. Something about the way he talked to me today didn't really resonate with me.
Something about the way you walk in my house.
I can't believe he didn't like being catcalled. But yeah,
For real.
but yeah. So I mean, there's a lot more Mexican folklore. I mean, you guys have heard there's areas that are mystical, like La Zona Silencia.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a mountain range, a specific mountain range where people consistently see UFOs. Apparently, I think it's a volcano. Actually, I'm sorry.
That's cool.
There's also video footage of, I think it's Monterrey, where you see witches fly over or something. Veracruz, that's the one where they always say.
That's
that
the
there's-
witch hotspot.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know how true that is. That's where it is, not Monterrey. But yeah. So, I mean, it depends where you go. It depends where you see. But there's different things and there's weird rumors for everything. I know closer to the border towns is where you hear the chupacabra stories. The more south you go, I feel like they get a little bit more on the ghosty side, on that like Llorona side. And then
Oh, how about La Lechuza?
La Lechuga?
La Lechuza. The owl lady. Have you guys heard about that one? There was
Maybe
this.
we should explore this on a different one. We're at an hour 15 in.
Fine. Okay.
we would have been an hour, but like someone didn't want to go my bit. I tried, but he didn't follow along. I didn't realize I had to give him a script. I thought he was a good improv actor. Patricio.
That's on you.
It's on me that
That's
you're a
on
bad
you.
actor?
You should have known that coming.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, what about you? You didn't understand the whole peeing in the lake thing, not realizing that this is the setup to most La Llorona stories.
Sorry, I'm not a drunk like you in this scenario. Okay? I was dead. My kids are gone.
I did the
I
reading.
am looking for children. You're peeing in their lake.
Did the reading.
You are peeing on my dead kids.
You know, my dead kids is crazy.
He's the monster. Anyways. But yeah, those are the main ones. I mean, you hear about La Llorona all over Mexico, all over Latin America overall. You hear about duendes, not just in Mexico and Latin America, in Spain and Europe. Those little towns that he mentioned in Iceland or Greenland or one of the lands.
Yeah.
We definitely have heard about. Wait, what was the other ones? I'm so sorry. Witches, of course. Witchcraft is everywhere. I mean, we once had civil war.
Yeah.
We almost had legit civil war on TikTok. The moon was almost gonna crash or something. I don't know.
Dude, the move was that sick.
Ragnarok, Zeus, Loki,
Yeah.
Iron Man.
They were all about to show up.
They were all pulling up, dude.
Yeah,
so
dude.
close.
WandaVision.
Transformers.
Oh god. And then the girl who danced with the devil. That is probably one of the most famous short folk tales because you hear it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's told so many ways, but I love the story.
Yeah.
Bad lesson, great story.
And it still just creeps me out, even though I know that like it doesn't apply to me, you know. But it's still creepy to think that like
Not
you could
everything is
be-
what you see.
Yeah, and like you could be in a club and just like there could be like these things in the club. You know what I mean?
Or
Yeah.
these people who are just terrible.
Yeah.
But you know, it also kind of comes with like a little bit of glimmer of hope because is that it's because like when I mentioned earlier that like she noticed the hooves.
Yeah.
I guess that gives you a little bit of hope of just like, you know what, you can go through your life. You shouldn't expect the worst of people, but hopefully you will be able to catch
Yeah.
the things that give them away. The
Yeah.
red
I didn't see no
flags.
hope in La Llorona.
Just to be more aware.
Yeah, you know, just be like, yo, always look out because
Yeah.
you know you don't know who you're meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's a good lesson to end this podcast on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always be aware of your surroundings.
And
So
you
when
know
your
what?
parents tell you bad stories, just look for a lesson.
Yeah. Look for a lesson.
I'm
You
sure
know
there's
that they're
something
only
there.
You know,
trying to be good.
to justify how shitty they treat you. No, I'm kidding. But
Jesus Christ,
no, I'm
dude.
kidding. No, Hispanic parents are fucking intense sometimes.
Yeah, but they also have to go through a lot.
They
themselves.
did. They really did.
Nah, they chose it. Anyways.
So yeah, no, you know that's the lesson of Dancing with the Devil. Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Trust
Is it?
your gut.
Yeah.
I learned that you still pick the handsome man just because he has a disability. It doesn't mean that you have to look at him different.
Dude, this is ableist.
Actually,
Oh my God.
I was gonna make a joke of just like maybe he's just a little paraplegic and he's got like this, like the things.
That's
But
terrible.
I
You
didn't
are-
want to go there.
We're-
Wow, I can't believe you went there.
All right.
Honestly, though, all these stories are great, and I mean, just be honest, guys. You've all grown up with some kind of folk tale. And we want to hear about it, so share it with us. So tell
Yeah.
us, DM us. Our goal is to get you guys interacted this year. Season 1. I mean, we're trying something a little bit different, but we got about 6 more episodes to go in season 1
Yeah.
before we transition to a new year, and then let's see where we go from there, guys.
Yeah. And this year, like I said in the first episode of this fucking season, I want 100,000 likes, not likes, followers on TikTok, specifically TikTok. Instagram, fuck off. TikTok, 100,000.
My parents are upstairs.
Tell them to subscribe. That's 2.
Bro.
That's 2 more that we didn't have yesterday. Think about that.
How about we just get 1?
Huh?
How about we get 1?
What are you going to do to the other parent?
No, I mean like 1 follower. What do you mean?
Like, why? Okay, I don't know. Anyways,
I'm hungry now.
I'm starving.
Yeah.
And my name is Alex.
And my name is James.
And my name is Patrick.
And this is Dynamic Trio.
We'll see you guys later. Catch us on Instagram and TikTok at Dynamic Trio Pod.
And as always, kiss my ass.
Have a good week.
When did that start?
Season 1.